Hello, friends from the comic book world. My name is G,
And I'm Hector.
and we're here to talk about the July 17th, 2023 FOC. Hector and we work for Penguin Random House, so the titles that we'll talk about today are those that we can sell into the international market. And so these are actually our picks for this week. And we always start off with I'll start off with some manga titles that I'm very much interested in. Before I do, I just wanted to mention that we are on social media at PRH International Comics. I'll post the links directly to those social media sites so you can find our news and updates there as well. So let's get started here with my pick. And this is Mr. Villain's Day Off. This is volume 1 by Murakawa. And I talked about this before, but I had to mention it now because it is FOC time. So you should get this in.
You need to get your orders in.
You gotta get the orders in, especially with this one because of how cool it is. And also, we recently got a trailer that dropped for the anime announcement for this. Although the release date of the anime is still to be determined at this point, but super excited. You have to get on this before the anime drops. So really quickly, this is about an evil supervillain who spends time hatching nefarious plans to take over the world like normal, villainous things or villainy things to do. And on his day off, villains need breaks as well. And he has a particular interest in cute pandas, as you can see on the cover here, which he absolutely adores. So this is a really fun, charming, and comedy-inducing series that basically asks the question, what do villains do when they're off the clock? So this is completely something that I absolutely love. So yes, definitely pick this up from this is coming out of Square Enix.
Yeah, I feel like this is a trope that it's getting a lot of traction nowadays. Like lately, we were getting a lot of more stories of from the villain's point of view, and it's usually somebody very serious that does very out of character things, and we found a lot of comedy in that, and there's a lot of those that have popped up recently, and I'm really looking forward to this one because it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
I like his serious stance.
Yeah, exactly.
Hands in the pocket, you don't want to mess with this guy, but then he's all holding a plushie of a panda and clearly bought from the local zoo.
Yeah. Very cool.
Awesome. Okay, and I also had to pick one more because that's just what
There's
happens.
so many. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just 2 out of the many that I could have picked from. But this one is My Wife Has No Emotions, and we have a volume 5 coming out that you can order on this FOC. And this is by Jiro Sugura. And this one, I did talk about this before, but I have to again.
Yeah.
We gotta stress that this is something that you should definitely pick up. This is about a single guy. I mean, you can kind of figure out what the premise is about just by the title alone, but a single guy who really doesn't do anything but go to work, come home, go to work, come home, and repeat that process. But he's kind of too tired to do anything else, like do the chores or anything like that, cook for himself. So he orders himself a robot to do these things for him. And then he often jokes oh, Mina Chang, my robot, she's like my wife. But then joke becomes wait, maybe? Question mark, exclamation point. And as time goes by, Takuma starts to fall for his robot, Mina. And it's a question of, can human and robot have a loving, equal relationship? And you got to find out and read through the story too.
And we can do a whole other video talking about that, but yeah. It's a very interesting topic.
This This is the
Very cool.
manga that falls into the category of there's a manga for everyone, for
Yeah,
everything.
of course, of course.
All right, and then I think we're going to our cover picks.
Cover
So
picks, yeah. And I think it's my first. And before I start talking about my covers picks, I do want to mention with the mangas, those two are for August. And you mentioned that you talked about the first one, the Mr. Villain, before. It's on our monthly manga videos. And if you haven't checked them out, you can check them out on this. They're on this YouTube channel. We highly recommend that you do. And we are the August one is out there. The next one is in September, and you can go back also if you need to. And feel free to comment and ask us if you want us to do any other kind of videos. So then let's get into the cover picks. So my first cover pick is this X-Men Red 14 by the amazing Mirka Andolfo. This is part of the X-Men, the Fall of X event. This is a 1 in 25. I love Storm and I love Mirka Andolfo, and she's amazing, and she's done so much in I think for almost every publisher probably, but every once in a while she comes up with some great covers for Marvel, aside from her other works elsewhere. And this month we're lucky enough that we get two covers. We have from Mirka Andolfo. We have this one, and you see Storm being very stormy.
mhm.
I love the way the hair is depicted, sort of like it has its own energy force, and there's thunder all around, but it also seems to be like a lot of clouds and a lot of, and I love that Storm is sort of has this like smile, like she's enjoying herself being so powerful up there in the sky. So that's a one. And then the next slide, please. You will see the other parent that we get from Mercandolfo on this FOC is for Lucky number 3, and this one is not a racial variant. So um, this one shows Lucky being very, very cool pose and winking, obviously. And I love the pose of him doing his, Peter Pan stance. And in between, you kind of see Kling and Wiccan back there, sort of like, oh, I don't know about this guy. Oh, he's going to get us in trouble again, that kind of thing. And I love the colors on this. I love the negative space in the back. It's very, very cool. Yeah, definitely another one to pick up for sure.
Okay. And my cover pick is My Little Pony Classics Reimagined, The Unicorn of Odd. This is issue
Yeah.
number 1. This is a retailer incentive variant, and this is a 1 in 10. And this is a cover by artist Andy Price. And honestly, I think this is like, like obviously my opinion, of course, but this is one of my favorite reimagined covers that I've seen. Although there were pretty good ones. Like the last one that I remember them doing is for the Little Woman, which was
Yep.
great because it
Yeah.
just the callback to like the
It was the
iconic
little
window.
Phillies. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
little Phillies. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is great as well. It's great. It just all the iconic images are
Yeah.
what you see on the cover, and I really enjoy that. So yeah, I had to pick this one.
Yeah. And the puns are amazing. You're not in Ponyville anymore, and the unicorn of odd. So
Oh, did
if
I
you're
mention this is Wizard of Oz? I think it's pretty obvious.
Oh yeah,
Like
did you
the
mention it? I don't
I don't
know.
think
I
I
think
mentioned
I
it
think
because I just
yeah, I don't think you
assumed.
needed to though.
I don't think
It's
I
pretty
needed
obvious,
to.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean the
Yeah.
tornado and the dog,
And the rainbow, and
scarecrow,
I mean, and the pose of the three characters on the bottom, yeah, the scarecrow, the tin man, and
scarecrow,
all. It's like
and the lion. Yeah.
they're just going down the yellow brick road, obviously.
Mhm.
And that's the
Yeah.
other thing. You have the yellow brick road right there
Like
too,
right in the center.
with the green castle at the end. So yeah,
Yes.
of course, excellent. Next up is another one of my picks. This is Alpha Flight number 1, the Arthur Adams variant. This is a 1 in 50, also part of the X. And this one brings back the Canadian superhero team Alpha Flight. And on here we see Snowbird, and she's looking awesome and menacing and mysterious, but I love the claw on her hand. It's like very nasty and very cool at the same time. And obviously, it's such a big iconic artist. What can you expect from Arthur Adams? This is great. So another one that I love and you have to check out.
And my next pick is Marvel Voices. This is X-Men issue number 1. This is Nicoletta Balderi variant. I just was drawn to this because I just love looking at the characters. I don't know, there's just something very like adorable and sweet, and like, I mean, look at like Wolverine and his like prickly stubs.
Yeah.
It's like little white lines for his
Yeah.
like beard that's coming. I mean, it's like small, like really adorable like details that you're seeing. It's just like, I don't know. I like when I look closely, it just makes me happy to see how Balderi designed these characters. That's why I like it so much. And the colors are vibrantly and beautifully done here. So yeah, that's why I picked it. It's just because I just love the style of this
It's
this
very
type
beautiful.
of art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. My next pick is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Stranger Things number 2. This is Retail Incentive 1 in 250 by Erica Henderson. And this is such a cool piece of art. And you see sort of the parents of these two properties, Splinter and Hopper, just sitting in lounge chairs in the backyard, looking at the kids, just playing around, and the classic comment, just going like, teenagers with the cooler right there. And I love the, obviously Hopper has a beer in his hand, but Splinter has a cup of tea
Tea.
in the backyard. It's awesome. And if you don't know Erica Henderson, you should, because she's very she has done a lot of work, and she's very famous, especially for her work with Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. But recently, at Penguin, we published her graphic novel together with Ryan North, The Danger and Other Unknown Risks, and it's a very cool book that if you haven't checked it out, you should definitely check it out. I've seen some of actually, I saw a couple of our accounts on social media that posted about it. So, but this is obviously a very cool book and a very cool concept.
So I
That's
noticed
what
two things that I really like
only
here that
two
I didn't.
things. I was
Well, there are a
thinking,
lot of
I know
things.
G's gonna notice like 100 things I haven't noticed, but yes, please go ahead. What
First
two
of
things you
all,
noticed?
I like that Raphael is wearing a helmet that's quite frankly too small for his head.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
It's a pink helmet, like
Yeah,
going on a bike. Like that's amazing. Like it does not fit, but he just still
yeah,
manages to like proceed with caution. And then
exactly.
also, I don't think I ever made, because I didn't have anything signed by Henderson, but I didn't realize that on the cooler, they sign as EH, but it's like with the exclamation
Oh, with
point.
the exclamation point. Oh,
Yeah, to like
see,
for Henderson. Like that's really cool. I guess I did not notice
yeah.
that before,
I,
so.
I I bet you're really good at that spotting the differences thing when you have to do pictures and you have to spot, because you always notice these things in covers that I am completely unaware of. Very cool. Yes,
I don't
excellent.
know. I really enjoy
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. All
Oh
right.
yeah, and we always have some sort of
Yeah.
announcement, and I had to talk about this because I've been watching this and I've also been reading this, and this is a lot of, and this is like very, it's flying, right? A lot of people are so interested in this, and this is My Happy Marriage. I we've talked about this before, but because this is airing now on Netflix and is streaming on Netflix, coming out episode by episode, there's buzz behind it. So if you haven't picked it up, this is definitely the time to do it because of the anime that's coming out right now. So you'll see the first volume on like listed here, but then I also put the poster on the slide so you could see the beautiful art that is like it very much honors the art for
Yeah,
the manga as well. So yeah, so this is just like a blaring like spotlights. Like
yeah,
definitely pay attention to this because you don't want to miss out. Mhm.
definitely.
All right, so that's actually it for our FOC picks and announcements this week. As always, Hector and I, we'd really enjoy doing these every week. Definitely comment down below. What are you picking up this for this FOC? Let us know. And as always, check out our description below for our social media sites. You can talk to us there as well. And yeah, thank you everyone, and definitely come back next week.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Bye everyone.